Hey guys, welcome to another video. Now this one has been a long time waiting. Sorry it took me so long to get it out. You know, things happen. I'm not going to get into it. That's for another video. But anyways, today we have another full unit breakdown with the boy Sariel, the last of the newer set of Archangels for this video series. So let's go ahead and get right into it. The boy is green. He is Covenant of Light Sariel, Advent of Tornado. He is of the Goddess race. He is of the characteristics, the 4 Archangels. And now his skills are Skill 1 Wind Explosion, which inflicts cleave damage, and which cleave is additional damage equal to 75% of crit damage. And his skill 2 is Slashing Wind, which is a taunt. It assumes a stance for 1 turn, which taunts enemies and inflicts damage back to them. And his ultimate is Inflicts Quell damage, equal to 450% of attack on all enemies. Quell damage is plus 50% per active stance on self. Now obviously this is at 6/6 because all of my Archangels are indeed 6/6. So his Grace is decreases all enemies' crit chance by 3% and crit damage by 8% for 2 turns whenever the hero uses a skill, limit up to 5 times. His passive is increases the 4 Archangel allies' crit damage by 8% for each battlefield buff, also a limit up to 5 times. And his Relic, when an enemy uses a skill on the hero, grants an effect that increases attack by 20% for 1 turn. When inflicting damage to an enemy using skills or counters, recovers HP by 15% of the damage dealt. His Holy Relic, so his taunt is actually really good. It does a lot of damage and it helps him tank, but it wasn't the greatest on level 1, to be honest, and it's only for 1 turn, which is a little upsetting. And then level 2, it's 2 turns, which is pretty cool, but Deanne has a Deanne on level 1 has a 3-turn taunt, so obviously it's not the best stance in the game. But at level 3, I would like to say it probably is one of the best, even though it's only for 2 turns. But his Relic makes his stance so much better. Now with this Cleave card, he's going to be doing a lot of damage, especially when you start stacking all the different passives from all the different Archangels on the team, when you use him on the proper team. And then his ultimate, now his ultimate at 6/6 is really good. It's not the best, obviously, like it still has a relatively low multiplier compared to other AoE ultimates, but with that Quell damage, if you have a stance active, it's going to do a lot of damage. Now without the stance, it's kind of garbage, I'm not going to lie, but I mean, Sariel is overall a really well-rounded character, and you don't have to run him on the Archangel team for him to be good. You can run him with like Green Gother or someone, and just kind of use him as a support, stance unit, and it'll still all work out. I think out of all of the Archangels that I've released on this game, this one probably gonna be my 3rd favorite. No, 4th. Gonna be my 4th favorite, to be honest with you. He's not the best, but he's not the worst. He's a good, well-rounded unit. So let's go ahead and show you his skills. I think his skills look pretty good. So I'm going to show you the stance first. Or hold on. I'm going to show you the attack card real quick. 83k. So let's go ahead and pop this stance real quick, because he's going to get increased damage. Okay, it wasn't the biggest increase. Now, let's show you the ultimate, and then stance, and show you the ultimate again. So let's go ahead and stance up. I wish that attack buff that he got stayed during your attack turn. But, you know, it's okay. Yeah, see, that was a huge difference. Now, obviously, he had 4 stances up, which is kind of unrealistic when you're in PvP if you're not running Gother with him. But, I mean, it still does a lot of damage, even with, like, a level 1 stance, for example, where he only has the 2 stance buffs on him. Just show you that real quick. Oh, wait, no, the stance went away. Hold on. That's my bad. Hold on, let's do let's apply a level 2. So it'll last for 2 turns. Okay, so that gives 3 stance buffs. Now, is this unit meta viable? Obviously with the Archangel team, yes. I still think right now with all the ult rush going around, I still think that running Red Tarmiel is much better, just because his relic does have the, you know, cancel the you know, like ult lock. It ult locks them for a couple of turns. But running him with Margaret and Liz, if you stance with him and the enemy attacks into it, he is going to activate both Liz and Margaret passives at the same time. So if the enemy attacks you 3 times, he's going to activate both Liz and Margaret's passive 3 times, which is kind of broken. It's kind of nutty. So both teams work. I prefer the Tarmiel team right now in the current meta, but both teams work right now, and he is definitely still viable. Now, without the Archangel team, he definitely doesn't, you know, he's not as good as he would be with the Archangel team, but he's still really good even without the Archangel team. Not going to be the best. It's definitely not going to be worth calling a meta team, but overall still one of my all-time favorite units. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and you have a wonderful day. Real quick, almost forgot, gear sets, obviously you're going to want him on HP defense for most of the time, because he's a taunt character. You want him to tank the hits for you, and he'll still do decent damage, but that's not saying if you want to run him as a DPS, you could run attack crit damage on him. He's not going to crit with his cleave card, but he will still get increased damage from the crit damage. I think some people don't get that when it comes to cleave cards, but it is still an option. I definitely don't recommend running geared PvP with him in attack crit, especially on the Archangel team. You're going to want him with that HP defense. He's still going to do what he needs to do, and it's going to be great.
四大天使の名にかけて